Hi, good morning. This is Jacqueline again from Blissful Love and Light, LLC. There were a few things that I didn't mention yesterday that I just wanted to mention today. I'm looking down at my notebook. These are things that I've just written down over the last few months that I just thought would be important to mention. So I just want to go over my life and my experiences and my core values and just stuff like that. So I have had a lot of trauma in my life. So I feel that I can easily relate to people. I was bullied from a young age. I was bullied starting at 6 years old, starting in kindergarten. And sorry, that's my dog Zeus. I was bullied from 6 years old until senior year of high school. And with 12 days left of my senior year, those girls, they tried to hit me with a car. And they were very close. They almost hit me. And I was in a parking spot here. There was a car here, and there was an empty parking spot in between the car here and the car here, in between me and the car there. They went about 40 miles per hour in the single parking spot. And I had my door open because I was throwing out my trash from my lunch. And if I hadn't closed my door in the nick of time, they would have taken off my door and probably taken off my leg because my leg was hanging out of the car. I was scared half to death. And I had a panic attack. I had an anxiety attack because I was just like, oh my God, these girls have been, doing this to me my entire life. I called them the three blonde bees, but let's call them the three blonde Barbies. So the three blonde Barbies have been doing this to me, from 6 years old. And, and of course, if they were by themselves, they wouldn't do it to me, if they were by themselves. So they had to be, excuse me, I need a tissue. I'm sorry. Allergies. So they wouldn't do it to me if they were by themselves. Obviously, they had to be together, And I have a life-threatening peanut and tree nut allergy, so they would try to feed me peanut butter. They were cornering me in the bathroom. It was horrible. It was very bad. And it was traumatic, but I always believed that, what wouldn't kill me would make me stronger, okay? And I knew there had to be a reason why everything was happening. So I didn't let this affect me. I always said to myself, you will get through this, just don't give up on yourself, you are strong. It's, there's something special about you. And I just got through it. And that's, just, the tip of the iceberg. I'm sorry, Zeus would like to go outside on the balcony. Excuse me for one moment. Just let him out on the balcony. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay. So, where were we? Okay. So, not only was I a victim of bullying, but I was also a victim of emotional abuse and physical abuse from family members. I'm not, I don't want to call anybody out because that just wouldn't be right. But I just want people to know that they can relate to me, okay? So that was very challenging growing up. So I would say, that I had a very challenging childhood, but I overcame it and I persevered, okay? I Also, I had boyfriends that were emotionally abusive and physically abusive, and that were just absolutely horrible to me. I have been sexually assaulted and raped more than once, 5 times in total. And, and then it gets to the point where people say, it's your fault. Well, no, it's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault that that happened to me, and I'm sorry that I'm a trusting person, but there are people that are very messed up out there. And to me, those people need my help, okay? And as an empath and as a spiritual healer and as a light worker and as I've grown, I've realized that as an empath, I attract narcissists, and narcissists tend to feed off empaths. And and I've always had that, that need to help people. And before I really got on to my spiritual journey, I was still always trying to help people, and that kind of led me into these situations that just weren't safe. So finally, I am at this point now where I am just, so happy with Zeus and myself. And, and during those times where I was just, just going from boyfriend to boyfriend, I wasn't happy with myself, and, and it took, it just sometimes, you have to keep repeating. Unfortunately, sometimes in life, you have to keep repeating the same mistake in order to learn from those mistakes, okay? And so that's unfortunately what happened to me. But you know what? I didn't let it break me. It made me a stronger person. And so ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that spiritual healing is what saved me, okay? So it saved me from all of these traumas is spiritual healing. So I just want to go back to my notes here just to make sure that I hit on the few things. So basically, so I just want to tell you exactly what my services are, okay? So chakra clearing, emotional healing, mindful meditation and breathing, or I'm sorry, it's mindful breathing and meditation, but it's the same thing. Healing affirmations, EFT tapping, and oracle card readings. And so the specific problems that I'm solving, all of these problems that I'm going to mention are problems that I have had in my life that I have solved through the services that I mentioned just a few moments ago. So the problems that and listen, I am not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So, and so if you do decide to work with me, I do have waivers, and I do have I do have waivers that, that I want you to sign, just to protect, just not to just protect me, but to protect you as the client. And I also have a client intake form, just to learn a little bit more about you. And also, like I said, I have free 15-minute consultations just to learn a little bit more about you before we begin. But the client intake form ultimately is to learn more about you before we begin, just because I do want to learn more about you before we start. And so the specific problems that I solve, or that I can try to help solve, are stuff like stress, depression, anger issues, difficulty trusting people. I had a very hard time trusting people. Low self-esteem, that was a big one for me. Anxiety, lack of confidence. I had a huge lack of confidence up until just a few years ago. Emotional pain, past traumas. Past traumas are huge, because if you can't heal from past traumas, then how can you move on with your life, you know? And difficult decision making, it can be, after a past trauma, it can be really hard making decisions after that, because it's like, you know, if the trauma is staying with you, how can you make decisions going forward, you know? And also, you know, because of those past traumas, if you're, you know, you tend to focus on the past. And even if it's not from a past trauma, you could be just focusing on the past because of something else. Excuse me. And also, chakra alignment is very important, because, you know, chakras could be out of balance because of numerous things. You know, it could be because you're not rooted like to the earth, or you're overstimulated. It could really be anything. And also, negative self-talk is a huge thing too. And trying to reverse negative self-talk can be very hard. Because trust me, because I know that, because with everything that I've been through, negative self-talk can really fester inside of you, because you know, because when you're told something every day, like for instance, from when I was, I don't know, maybe like 7-8 years old, I had a family member tell me that I was gonna grow up to be fat and ugly, like one of my dad's sisters. And I was told this every single day. So for me, that's what caused the low self-esteem. That's what caused the lack of confidence. That's what caused the negative self-talk. And for me, that stayed with me for, I don't know, 20 years, maybe a little more than 20 years. So how did I overcome those things? Well, through a lot of my services. And the thing is just to back up, I stand behind my services because I used all of these services on myself. So I know that they work, because I wouldn't provide a service to someone unless I know that they worked. You know what I mean? And so emotional healing was important to me, as far as healing past traumas and healing like emotional stuff. And meditation and breathing was important to me for staying present in the present moment, because when you're thinking about the past, you're focusing on a trauma, you're focusing on something else, or you're focusing on the future, and you're not present in the moment, which is crucial. Because, you know, if you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the future, what about the present? You know, and the present is really important, because, you know, what you're doing today, you know, is important too. Although it's important to think about the future sometimes, but it's also important to stay present and focus on what you're doing right now as well. And so I can help you do that as well. And healing affirmations are really important, you know, which is the negative self-talk thing, learning to speak to yourself in a positive way. And EFT tapping is a somewhat new thing for, you know, the Western world. And it was actually featured on Kelly Today, or now it may be Kelly and Mark. I believe her husband Mark is now on the show, but it was just Kelly Today when it was featured. And EFT tapping is tapping on numerous meridian points of the body to help get rid of traumas or really any just like any just anything that's really just painful that you feel, and it can be used in a lot of different ways. And then I use oracle card readings for guidance, you know, because sometimes you may not be sure of what direction you should take. Or, I'm sorry, if you hear the noise, that's just Zeus in the background. He's just playing with his toys. You know, if for oracle card readings, you may need a little bit of guidance just to, you know, get you through the day, or just to, you know, make a difficult decision. So those are important too. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, and also I want you to know that, that my services are customized based on each client's individual needs, because I know that each client is different. It's not a one size fits all for everybody, okay? And I feel that that's really important to point out. And so next, I'm sorry, Zeus is just ripping stuff apart. Oh, Zeus, please don't touch that. I'm sorry, he's ripping apart my candles right now. He just wants attention. I'm so sorry. Zeus just wants attention. Zeus, would you like to come say hello to everybody? So I feel like it's important to touch on my core values. So, compassion is one. Oh, Zeus, say hello. Zeus, say hello. This is Zeus. Okay, Zeus said hello. Zeus is famous now. So compassion is one of my core values. So as an empath, I know I've mentioned this, I have a deep awareness of what other people feel. And I know when another person is in pain, and I immediately want to fix that pain. And as a spiritual healer, that's really important to me. My next core value is peace. And at Blissful Love and Light, I ultimately want to help people find inner peace. And finding inner peace will just help you find a state of complete relaxation. And when you find inner peace and relaxation, it's just, hi Zeus, say hello to everybody. It's, it's just a state of euphoria when you find that inner peace. And gratitude. I am most grateful for every single person that I help, because honestly, the more people that I help, the happier that I feel, because I feel like the more people that I help, I feel like I'm completing my mission, because I said that my mission was helping people. So I feel like the more people that I'm helping, I'm completing my divine mission on this earth, okay? And service. So I have decided to live a life of service. And without even knowing it, I've always been living a life of service. And, without officially living one, because I've just always been helping people without officially having that as my business. And lastly, integrity is one of my values. I embrace integrity and high moral standards. And I speak the truth no matter how hard it is sometimes. And I live it. And sometimes it's really hard to do that. But I speak the God's honest truth, okay? And sometimes it hurts people's feelings, but I think that it's important to speak the truth because there are a lot of people out there that don't have the courage to speak the truth. And I feel that integrity is just crucial at this time when the world is so, tumultuous and there's just so much going on. And that's why, that inner peace is just so important. And so I just wanted to just go over a little bit more. I know I touched on a little bit of this, but just a little bit more about my beliefs. So I believe that spiritual healing should be accessible to everyone, okay? And in order to make that happen, I don't believe that money should be an issue. So for anyone that has a money issue, I offer payment plans, no questions asked, okay? Just message me, call me, email me, whatever. We can make an arrangement, okay? And I believe in karma. That may, have been, a little intuitive through everything that I've said. That's kind of I kind of touched on everything else. So now I want to do a little bit of spiritual healing work. Now that with the I didn't really plan for any time limit here, but I have a healing affirmation here, and then I want to do an oracle card reading as well. So if you can, take a few moments to go to a quiet place if you can find one. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to do something a little strange, and it's going to be a little funny, but just bear with me. So I'm going to tell you the healing affirmation, okay? And then I'm going to stick the sticky note on my forehead, okay? And I want it to to get inside your brain, okay? So first, if you found a quiet place, or if you found a place where you can just sit, okay? Now, take a few deep breaths, okay? Let's take a few deep breaths. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Okay, now, the healing affirmation is, I am attracting happiness. Okay? Now, I'm sticking the sticky note on my forehead, okay? Okay? Now look at my look at my forehead, okay, if you can. Okay. I am attracting happiness. Okay? Now if you're looking at my forehead. Okay. Now, just imagine that you are attracting happiness. I'm sorry, this isn't really working. Okay, I'll just hold it. Now, just imagine that you are attracting happiness. And just imagine it, okay? Just imagine that you're attracting happiness. And don't think about it. Just imagine it, okay? Just surround yourself with a white light. Just imagine, just close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes for just a moment. And just imagine happiness, okay? Just imagine happiness around you. And just imagine happiness. And just surround yourself with a white light, okay? And just think about what happiness would look like for you, okay? Just think about it for a moment. What does happiness look like for you? And imagine that you're attracting it to yourself, okay? Just imagine it for a moment. So have you imagined it? Do you feel like it's within your grasp? Now, this is just a healing affirmation, but with a healing affirmation, it can become your reality, okay? If you just keep reciting this healing affirmation to yourself, just a healing affirmation can get you very far. Now, I will show you. Right above me, in this corner, if I can get there, I have a vision board right up there, if I can get there. And I have another one at another section of my apartment. But this vision board, I made a few years ago. And it's a bunch of affirmations, and it's a bunch of things that I felt relevant to myself. And it helps make things possible. So with this healing affirmation here, if you write this down, and it's going to sound silly, but if you stick it on the mirror in your bathroom, if you put it on your if you write it on a sticky note or on a piece of paper and put it on your night table, if you put it on a piece of paper and put it on the fridge, just as a reminder, I'm attracting happiness. Now, it doesn't have to mean that you're going to make $5,000. Whatever happiness means to you, it can be small. It doesn't have to be something huge. Attracting happiness can mean anything, whatever happiness means to you, okay? You can attract it. You have all the power that you need. Just imagine that you can attract it. And once you put this out there to the universe, you are making the first step, okay? So I just want you to remind yourself of this, okay? So go out there today and just tell yourself, I'm attracting happiness. And just remind yourself of this a couple times today, and just tell yourself that you're going to attract happiness. Before I end this video, I do want to do an oracle card reading for anyone watching this video based on attracting happiness. Now, I couldn't go live today because I'm still within the 24-hour period. So I don't know exactly who's going to watch this video. So this is going to be a very general oracle card reading for anyone watching this video. So, and I'm going to do it from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck. This is my go-to oracle card deck. I absolutely love this deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the deck a question based on the affirmation, and I'm going to shuffle the cards 3 times and ask the question 3 times. And then I'm going to show you the card, and I'm going to read the meaning of the card. And then based on the affirmation, I'm going to give you my intuitive meaning of the card based on what I think it means. Because with oracle cards, they're very intuitive, and so that's what I like about oracle card readings, is that the reader gets to interpret the cards based on the question, and based on, well, in this in usually in the reading it's based on the person, but I'm going to do it based on the message of what I'm telling you, okay? Or giving you, I'm sorry, not telling you, giving you. Sorry. So let's begin. Okay. So if this is going to sound a little weird, because I have to put my energy into the oracle card deck. So I talk to the deck. And if this is a little strange for you, I apologize, but I have to put my energy into the deck. And in order to do that, I have to call my angels, my ancestors, my spirit guides, and of course the archangels too. So if this is a little strange for you, I apologize. But it's just, in order to truly get a good, message, it's just what I have to do. Okay. So, angels, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides. Excuse me, Zeus, don't chew a pen. Thank you. Chew your bone. I'm sorry. Chew your bone. Here's your bone. Okay. So, angels, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides. What is the guidance for anyone that's watching this video for attracting happiness? Angels, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides. What is the guidance for anyone watching this video for attracting happiness? Angels, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides. What is the guidance for anyone watching this video for attracting happiness? Okay. Finishing the finaling shuffle. Okay, so here are my cards. Okay, so this is the card that I'm pulling. Stag. Okay. I actually just got this card yesterday. So, trust and thrive, okay? So this is the card. Trust and thrive. The stag. Stag is a great card, okay? Where can I put it? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to put it down for a moment, okay? So I'm just going to my book here. I did just read this yesterday for me, but I just want to make sure that I get the full message out to you. So I'm just going into my book. So the stag, the message: come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. Now, about the card. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag, with his crown and antlers, is known as the king of the forest and is the totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he is strength, dignity, and poise. when this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality. Maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. Okay, now the extended message, okay? You have an opportunity to thrive here. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and your strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are in all that you've accomplished. In turn, you will, Zeus is trying to chew the box. And be proud of who you are in and all that you have accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. So, with this card, what it is telling you is that in attracting happiness, basically is that everything that you need is already inside of you. And which is what I already said with the attracting happiness. So when you put the affirmation into the universe, the wheels are turning. And as long as you believe in yourself, you can manifest anything that you want to manifest. As long as you just believe in yourself. So ultimately, just believe in yourself. And basically, with the stag energy, it will also protect you. So if there's something that's holding you back, or if there's something that you're afraid of, or if there's someone like in my instance, if there's a whole bunch of people that just don't believe in you or that think that you're nuts, do it anyway. Keep telling yourself, I am attracting happiness. And don't worry, the stag has got your back, okay? Just keep doing it, all right? So I think that this video has been pretty long. So I'm gonna end with, remember, the healing affirmation is, I am attracting happiness. And with the stag, come and thrive. Remember, everything is inside of you, and just keep pushing, okay? I'm not sure how often I'm gonna post, but I did just want to do a little bit of spiritual work today, just so that you learn a little bit about what I can help you with. My next video is going to be on spirituality. Before even going to what is spiritual healing, I think it's important to talk about what is spirituality, because spirituality can mean so many things. So my next video is going to be, what is spirituality? I don't know when I'm going to post it. I don't even know how often should I post. And even though no one has watched my videos yet, I'm just going to keep posting. And hopefully my next video, I can go live, because hopefully I can be live then. So, please, stay tuned, and just, keep being great, keep being you, and, love and light, and thank you for, watching this to the end. Have a great day.